35 minutes, so I'll hop in here. Maybe they're done, maybe they're not, whatever. Anyway, better to be early, or at least on time than late. Cindy. Oh. Seems like the door's locked now. Let's see there. You bunch of bitches. Anyway. I guess we'll go bother somebody else and figure out what's going on. Maybe court security knows why the doors are locked now. Oh, anyway. They could have just emailed me the documents. They want to make me jump all through these hoops and shit. Only so they can be like, we're not here now. Doors are locked. Anyway. We'll see if these guys are any help. I see they only got the no cell phone signs. What's up, my man? I didn't know if you were here today. I'm gonna brought you a gift. I got a question now. The doors across the way are locked. They told me to come back. I'm trying to prosecutor's office.
Okay. So your stuff in here. You can have your phone over there. So.
Huh?
You can have your phone over there.
Yeah. So.
You can go down the tunnel.
Oh, I need to go through the tunnel now? Okay. Well.
Yep.
Anyway.
So go down through to the 5th floor.
Oh, I know how to get there. Thank you. And we're back. Hey Vern, is there a place I can take these all the way upstairs?
What's that?
These stairs work? Nope.
They go out, not in.
All right. Hi, my friend. For sure. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Can I help you?
Can I help you?
I'm waiting on some documents. They told me to come back in about 45 minutes, and that was roughly 41 minutes ago, so.
Okay, hold tight for just a minute. Let me see.
Not a problem.
He's still working on it. He'll be with you in a minute, though.
All right, you mind if I pull a chair out here?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, no problem. Alright, what's up there, live chatters? Yeah, I see they locked the door down. Now you gotta walk through the hallway. You know, kind of just stupid endeavor. Still here, still recording, still getting the documents, having me walk through the tunnel under the sidewalk. Stupid. Yeah, so I was wondering, Tex, about is what this here X is on the floor for. Anyway, look at all these people doing this stupid task for nothing. Could have just sent me a PDF or let me just take pictures of the documents with my phone. Instead, they got an investigator in here copying 538 pages. Again. Anyway, they must be pretty hard up for money. Under the sidewalk. No, I don't. But I'm gonna have to look this up now. Anyway, interestingly enough, the records that I'm asking for were referenced quite a bit by the current prosecutor's office. You know, when he was campaigning and he was talking about how poor of a job his opponent had done in the past, you know, he was more than willing, more than forthcoming to say that something just didn't quite add up with these financial records. But now that I'm asking for them, he's going to play the game and go through the motions, make it as difficult as possible. Even though I still get them, you know, it just seems rather pointless to make me go through all this extra nonsense, especially if I'm the type to take it personally, you know. Anyway, as I said, the rules are pretty clear, though. This is technically a denial, even though they're going to sell me the records, because if they won't let me use their device, I'm supposed to be allowed to use my own, which would be the easiest route. If I can have the records, just let me take a freaking picture of them. I would have been out of here, and we all would have been done with this half hour ago. Alright, so word life, son. I basically know that it's bullshit when they tell me I can't have my phone in here. I make a specific point to get the no electronic device sign in every video, just to show them I don't really give a shit.
I got it. Whoops, I didn't have that.
Important documents being transferred. Anyway, that's a nice wide door frame. Looks like they managed to get that copy machine in there after this room was built. Just pushed it right through the door frame. Now, I'm not one to throw my government a bone when they go to do stupid shit like this, but if this was my Public Records Act violation, I would have just wheeled the copy machine out of that room. Problem solved. That's all they really had to do, was wheel that copy machine out of that room. Then I wouldn't have an argument to make in court. But like a bunch of dumbasses, it's right there with the door open. And sure as shit, old boy just tried to hand me a whole folder full of documents and just walk away, leave me in there. The exact same thing they're telling me. I take the path of least resistance and just try to get them to take the fucking $54, and they don't have change or a receipt. Now they're making copies of copies. Yeah, this shit's hilarious. Anyway. The C-section front window. Yeah. But seriously, that would have killed my whole argument. Okay? My entire legal argument could have died had they wheeled this copy machine out of that room and back here somewhere. There's plenty of space back there. Like, you see them tables are empty underneath. They're not hurting for space. There's plenty. Somebody could have tucked this thing somewhere back there, and that would have been the end of it. I mean, the dude had like a month notice. If you're going to tell me to come and pay money for the documents, 10 cents a page, they weren't prepared for me to just do what they told me to do. They thought I was going to come in here and just cause a bunch of problems. So they made up a hoop that I just was like, okay, I'll jump right through it. Here, take this $54. What, can you come back in 45 minutes? Like, we need you to have exact change, and I got to make these copies. But anyway, I'm not trying to make it more difficult. I keep coming up with ideas on how to make it easier, but they don't want to listen to me. They just want to make it different. They want to do all this extra work for nothing. Yes, what Cindy said. Thank you for the support. Thanks for watching. I know there's only a few of you on here, but every little bit counts. You know what I mean? Appreciate you keeping an eye on this. You know, the good old live stream keeps situations a little bit calmer, I've found. So it's not possible without you guys. So again, thanks. Text Bud. Who else in here? Roadhog. What's up, man? Yeah. Under the sidewalk. I have to walk through a tunnel to get over here when I came back. And it's basically like a tunnel from the courthouse to the county complex, and it's under the sidewalk that's in between those two buildings. They use it a lot of time to transport court people and stuff, but when they want to be difficult, they lock the front doors to this building, so you got to go through security and all their nonsense at the courthouse, and then you got to walk through the tunnel where there's no reception. And I personally think it's a tactic to get me to go through their little security checkpoint, and then, you can't have your devices in here, except for Mr. King he's been reading up. I'll give him that. For a public official, he cares to know what he's talking about. So I think he's been doing some research on his own time, because he hasn't been giving me problems about stuff, and he's usually on point with what he's trying to do usually. So I think he's been reading up, and even if just one of these officers who has the opportunity to make some corrections to their daily way of dealing with the public and trying to be a little more transparent or open about stuff, trying not to put as many roadblocks out there for us, that's a win. Even if it's just one of them one time, that's a win. That means that they're thinking about what they're doing. And that's the true victory. It's when you get somebody to start thinking about how their actions are going to play out. Anyway, so yeah, Mr. King didn't give me no problems going through the building or nothing, so I got a lot of respect. My bad on the sitting still thing. I got this nice comfy spinning chair here. I had one of these at home and I got rid of it, so now I just use a rocking chair when I do my typing and whatnot. But kind of miss these office chairs. They're super comfy, but I can't help but to spin back and forth in them. Anyway, yeah. What time is it here? 12:21. Oh my, I hope they hurry up soon. Not like I got anything else to do, guys. Anyway. Oh yeah, Roadhog. I'd say the same. I can't have goats and all that stuff on my property, so I love watching your farm chore chats. I get to pretend that I got a bunch of rascally goats. Very interesting animal, funny, very smart, but they'd love to get themselves into mischief. It's little busybodies. Maybe they've completed their task. Right, Cindy? I seen Vern downstairs, but I was cutting in and out. So I didn't get my little exchange with him, but he's probably not gonna talk to me too much now that they got a tort claim for himself over his January nonsense. So yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I apologize it's taking so long, but government at work. Turkeys. Yeah, if I could get anything, I would get what are they? The Indian runner ducks. I heard they're kind of gentle on your plants. They're good foragers, so they do a pretty good job at taking care of themselves, and they don't do too much damage the way the chickens do. But they're from like the Philippines or something, and they look like they're standing up, like they got real tall or real like long skinny posture to them. They look like they're walking, like it's kind of awkward looking, like the way a bear or a dog that walks on its hind legs looks awkward, but they're like tall and skinny, and they're called Indian runner ducks. But here in town, here in the port, there's like county ordinances and whatnot. The only thing I can really get is Domesticus gallus chickens, just your basic chicken. No ducks, no quail, no peafowl, none of that stuff. No guineas, none of that. But yeah, I would love to get some birds myself, but a lot of work. Don't have much space between the dogs, the kids, and the gardening, and all my little projects that I'm doing and stuff. Pretty much maxed out my third of an acre, so I got room to do a couple chickens, but not much else, even if the ordinances allowed me to. But yeah, I would love to get some ducks, maybe emu, peacocks, the whole works. Birds are super cool. One of my favorite things. There's the man himself, Mr. Lake. Looks busy. Cash crops. Yeah, I'm sort of taking a different approach to it myself. I'm doing a lot of perennial stuff, and I hope to eventually have a sort of roadside market right out of my front yard. And then I'm going to sell what I can, and what I can't, I intend to preserve for the wintertime. I got a lot of, berry bushes and fruit trees, fruit vines, all that stuff that I'm working on. Basically building like a horseshoe-shaped sort of permaculture-based food forest around the open area of my yard. So trying to leave some space for the kids and the dogs to still run around and whatnot. But yeah, I've been adding stuff every time I can find something relatively affordable. Trying to add as much stuff as possible. I'm up to like 13 blueberry bushes, all kinds of stuff, kiwi vines, grapes, all sorts of fun stuff. Probably this spring I'm gonna start doing apples, peaches, cherries, apricots, all that fun stuff, nut trees. I'm really excited about the nut trees, almonds, hazelnuts. Once I get my greenhouse done, I intend to try to do miniature cashew trees, miniature pistachio trees. Found a couple pecans that I can sort of do outside if I get enough of a microclimate going. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the whole almonds and hazelnuts and all that. Get rid of the kids, keep the dog. Oh man, no, I can't get rid of either one of them. The one dog, the most problematic one, is my baby. She's a German short hair pointer, and she's a nutcase. She's not meant to be in town. She's meant to be hunting every day. But that's my baby. She tears stuff up left and right, but that's daddy's baby girl. No way around that. And the kids, I mean, most of what I'm planting now is mostly for my kids. It'd be a couple years before a lot of this is even fruiting, but I got a toddler and a 10-year-old, so hopefully, my teenager will be out here and able to teach my 5-year-old, what all this stuff is here in a few years. So 4 or 5 years, a toddler will be able to learn all of this stuff right from the yard. And then he'll pass it down to his kids, hopefully, et cetera, et cetera. Trying to keep a dying practice from completely fizzling out. But anyway, yeah, the blueberries and ducks and all that fun stuff right in town. That's the fun these days. Kids make it even better. Dogs make it harder, but kids make it more worthwhile. Sometimes it's like exhausting, and you're just like, fuck this, I'll do it tomorrow. But it's different when you got that kind of long-term vision about it. When you're I'm planting this tree that's not going to fruit for 10 years, but I'm planting it so that in 10 years my kid will be able to pick fruit right off of it in the backyard. So the kids make it better, easier. They give it a lot more purpose than just your normal, end of the world apocalyptical freak out gardening. Anyway, I always plant the kids too deep. Oh, that's funny stuff right there. Apple butter. I love apple butter myself. That'd be one of the many things I enjoy getting to sort of make myself. I love to cook. I love the whole preserving idea. I love the concept of it being food that I grew myself. I know where it came from, what went into it. Yeah, apple butter, jams, jellies, all that preserved stuff. I can't wait to be doing all that stuff every fall. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff out there to grow, man. Even in I live in Northwest Indiana. For anybody who's not familiar, by the Great Lakes. It's up there, pissed off taxpayer, and it's it's pretty brutal in the winter times. Even where I live, there's plenty of stuff that you can plant. You still get a wide variety of stuff. There's plenty of different fruits and whatnot, nuts that you can plant. Plant them now, or a couple months from now in the true fall. But 4 or 5 years, be good to go. Fruits every year. Do it right, you can get successive plantings, get different cultivars of different kinds of fruits and whatnot, and you'll get stuff that'll bloom early season, stuff that'll bloom mid-season, stuff that'll bloom in the end of the season. So you get a nice consistent harvest of everything from blueberries to apples to cherries, all of your nuts, berries, all that stuff, everything. You get a wide variety of harvest time, get it spread out over a couple months, so you got a consistent supply. You also don't get tired eating the same thing for 6 months straight because you grew 5 of the same tree. Mr. Bronson, how are you? I am honored. Good to see you, man. Just trying to pick up some public records there, Chuck. I'm not even trying to give them any problems. They just said pay us for these records, and I tried to give them the money. They couldn't take my money. They couldn't give me a receipt. Now they're making copies of copies. They need all the time in the world. I think we're getting there, though. My man's got a big pile of paperwork there. Yeah, so I presume I'll be able to get up out of here with these documents here shortly. But yeah, man, this turned into quite a little time-consuming endeavor for not raising any objections or giving them any problems about anything. I'm just commentating while I go with the flow, but yeah, $53.80 exactly. I tried to give them $54, but they don't have change. They should have just, or I should have requested, they just copied 2 more pieces of paper.
Have a good day.
Then I'd have been at an even 54. What's up there, Blue Unicorn? But anyway, no, I had time to go to a financial institution, get some change, come back. Been on here for another half hour. Yeah. Anyway. For the record, I offer to do all the work myself. All this footwork. I try to do it all myself. I try to make it easy for them. They're trying to make it hard for me, and now, well, my man's been standing at that copy machine with his hands behind his back for a minute. Which means he's not completing other tasks. So, yeah. Can't even help them help themselves, kind of thing. Crazy. Oh, we better check the backup cam. We're running out of space on it. We better start a new video here. Sorry, real quick. I like to get the time on the live, whatnot, so you can see there's not a gap in the video. You know, you gotta think about these things. Anyway, so yeah, I'm sorry I don't have much to talk about. I really didn't anticipate this taking this long today, but there's always the chance, which is why I cleared out all kinds of space on my devices. So, you know, there was room for them to make multiple copies of 538 pages and time for them to count 5,380 pennies, which I'm not going to do to, you know, the girl that works in the window here. She'd probably be the one stuck with that task, and it ain't really her fault that the higher ups are giving me a hard time. So I'm just going to, you know, give them their $53.80 in bills and quarters and whatnot. But yeah, if it wasn't so hard in the financial institution that I'd have to make a big stink about it, I probably would have just paid them.
Hi, Chris.
Good. Oh, hold on. They love you. You want to say hi?
Hi, everyone.
Maybe you should give them a hand. Why don't you give them a hand, show them how it's done? We're having some loud problems in here.
There's problems?
I'm trying to go the path of least resistance. I was just trying to give you guys the money. You give me the records. They can't give me a receipt or change. Now this dude's in here making copies of copies.
And Tony's working on it. He's got it.
I thought we didn't have an investigator. Every time I try to get a public official investigated, Mary Lake would tell me there's no investigator. Statutorily, you guys can't investigate. Is he
Yeah,
investigating
me
me? He should be investigating
It's
me.
not you. Come on.
If you guys had a public information officer, he could be investigating. Just saying. Or you could have sent me a PDF copy and I could have stayed home and we wouldn't have to do any of this. Just saying. She got a promotion and she don't have to deal with my shit no more, so happy to see me, I guess. It's so weird. Anyway. Well, I'm being facetious there, Roadhog. I don't like her at all, but I'm trying to just no problems. I want to see how difficult it is for them to give me these documents if I'm cooperative. Like I'm just being uber cooperative. And we're going to see if we're well over an hour and a half, pushing 2 hours now. So, and they had like 3 weeks heads up before I even came down here. So, and you see they had the copies ready when I got here. It was just an issue of wanting me to pay them money, but being unprepared to accept the money. Like they asked for a receipt. Everything went downhill from there. But again, could have just emailed me a PDF of these documents. No problems. No problem. It would have been that easy. It's craziness. Anyway. You'd think they'd want the money. I tried to give it to them. They could even kept the extra 20 cents. I don't even care. But, or they could have just made triple copies of one page on accident and been like $54 even. No problem. But you see, they lock the front door. They go through all this problems. I mean, if they're going to do it right, and if they go above and beyond with the BA, and if you're going to go above and beyond, do it right. Look, all they had to do is move this copy machine, and the legal argument that's going to follow this would be dead. This, the biggest mistake they made so far, is not moving this copy machine back there. Anyway. It's pretty amusing. I mean, I typically catch the blame for everything that they're doing. It's always my fault for giving them problems, but first day with no training wheels on their bike and they're fucking driving right into traffic. Just saying. Like, very simple task. Could have been completed numerous times, but here we are. I do like that whole you catch more flies with honey than vinegar, but the point of that saying is that you're catching flies. Okay, whether you use honey, vinegar, shit, whatever, the point is to catch flies and kill them. Just saying. I think people get too focused on whether it's honey or vinegar, and they forget that you're supposed to be catching flies. So, I get, honey, vinegar, but once you get beyond that, the goal is to catch flies because they're a nuisance. So mix the honey and vinegar together. Fuck it. Yep, right tools for the right job. This is how they got themselves into this little dilemma now. When all you have is a hammer, everything's a nail. I don't know what I would do without this big comfy chair, though. I would have made this weight a lot more, Anyway. Rotten bodies. Oh, man. Yeah. Anyway, by the way, I've been on hiatus for months. Haven't been making videos. Been pretty busy. A lot of crazy stuff with the garden and kids, and just been doing paperwork and whatnot. I'm still doing my thing. Just ain't been doing it on the videos as much. Well, I mean, I still got plenty of videos. I just ain't really had time to upload and commentate on them and whatnot. And I'm kind of playing some stuff close to the chest right now, so not really trying to put up all my videos, letting people wonder what I got. Makes things a little more interesting. Hard to contend with when you don't know exactly what I'm doing. They're used to me giving them a heads up around here for what I do. Was usually pretty forward and open with what I was going to do and why, and I'm testing out some stuff and seeing how well they're able to respond to things without having a heads up. And even when I still do give them the heads up, this is what happens. We're going to sit here for an hour and a half. Well, I would have sat here for an hour and a half if I didn't go get change. But, yeah. Yeah. I think they got the man himself working on it. I see him moving back and forth. What's up there, Seb? Yeah. Maybe we're getting somewhere. He's got a big stack of papers. That's John Lake, the elected prosecutor, by the way, in the white shirt. This gentleman right here is Tony McClintock. Yeah, snaps. I was trying to answer a text message here. Yeah, what's up there, Seb? You're welcome. I don't know what else to do myself. I'm a very curious little guy, and I'm curious what these 538 pages say, considering that this guy was basically running around saying that there was no records for this task force. And I think in reality, he was just covering for his predecessor. You know, or it could be the fact that the Michigan City Police Department is, who was the digital forensics unit, which is exactly what it sounds like. Going through people's cellular devices in the name of stopping crime, also known as First Amendment protected activity. So, yeah, and they, like I said, they spent about almost $500,000 over a few years on this task force. It was all federal grant money. Not one result, you know. They didn't even catch the pedophile that worked in the courthouse, Joe Lopez. Yeah, what's up there, Authority Check? I'm in the LaPorte County Prosecutor's Office in LaPorte, Indiana. Waiting on some public records to get given to me here.
You been up?
I've been taken care of. How are you?
Good, how you doing?
I'm all right. I think they need a hand back there, though. Mr. Rodriguez. My man just walked in the door and was like, have you been helped? Like, where are we at, fucking Kohl's? Like, first time that's happened. I see what you're doing there. You guys are trying new tactics as well, huh? Yeah. Just go in and ask him if we can help him. Yes. Well, you know. Well. Yeah. They definitely wanted to be paid for catching pedophiles, but they didn't catch not one. Not even the one that I handed them on a silver platter, Michael Christensen. He sat around for a year after I told him about it until the feds came in and raided his house. It's crazy, man. Like, dude was just a straight up child predator running around open as can be about it. They said it was First Amendment protected activity. Feds came in, looked at the same scenario. I think he just got like 15 years for transportation of obscene materials. He was originally charged with possession of child pornography. The same books that I was trying to get the locals to book him on, the feds hit him with, you know, transportation of obscene material. But the locals, including Mr. Lake here and his wife, couldn't be counted on to do shit. Nothing. They didn't meet with me in this room, and you know, this room where they left me alone several different times on video by myself in August of 2019. They didn't do shit until the morning that I met with them in this room, and it happened to be the same morning that the feds raided him. So I'm sure that was just a coincidence. But yeah. No surprise why they're dragging this out as long as they possibly can. Yeah. I'm sure those 538 pages that supposedly didn't exist, like, supposedly none of these records exist. Supposedly the former prosecutor deleted all of this. But now, 538 pages. And I'm like, yep, sure, whatever, $54, you got it. Oh, come back in 45 minutes. We don't know what to do. It's crazy. None of these records should even exist, according to the public information, according to the investigation of the previous prosecutor's office. These records shouldn't even exist. He went to the newspaper several times and said that none of this existed. But 538 pages all of a sudden pops up on a public records request. Seems like there was some records of what happened to that $500,000. And I, for one, am looking forward to trying to figure out what happened to it. Maybe it's out there, floating around, waiting for me to recover it. Who knows? But, yeah, would have been much easier to just send me a PDF. They've got this is the elected prosecutor. It's the elected prosecutor in here working the copy machine. Like, they've turned this into such a little clusterfuck, it's ridiculous. Anyway, they're really pushing it. I got some other places to be, so it'd be nice if they'd hurry it up a little bit. Shit, Blue Unicorn. I just seen James Freeman's got his asking cops the same dumb questions that they ask us video circulating on Facebook. And he's just posting about how on Twitter, it's circulating now. And Twitter added a warning that says attempting the acts in this video can get you seriously injured. So basically, Twitter took this video where he's basically saying the same stuff that cops say to him, asking him dumb questions. Basically say, don't do this, it can get you shot. It's crazy. I know they're not wrong at all. I mean, that's the worst part. It's probably an algorithm that was like, oh no, baby, don't do that. You're gonna get yourself shot. It's probably just a computer program that picked up on it. But I mean, even the algorithms recognize like, oh, he tested him. He gonna get hurt. It's craziness. But yeah, this is what they worry about more than anything, these damn cameras. Who knew? Something so harmless could do so much damage. Because I swear when you start comparing a camera to a gun and an explosive, you got them triggered. Well, they make, we don't know if it's a gun or a bomb. It's a goddamn cell phone. I done seen 7-year-olds, 5-year-olds with cell phones. Everybody's got a cell phone. You gonna act like you don't know what a cell phone is. They've been around for like 15 years now, but 20, been around a long time. You don't know what a cell phone looks like? Like, I thought it was a gun. Feared for my safety. Such a see-through argument. People are worried about being seen. They ain't worried about being injured. If anything, that's a war story. They hope to get injured on the job so they can get paid time off and tell everybody about it like it's all cool and shit. They're not trying to catch a court case or get sued. That's why this is so dangerous. Anyway, 47 minutes and 53 seconds. One second. Gotta respond. All right. Can I check the status of that?
Yeah, I'll ask him. I'm going back to talk to Frank, so I will ask for you.
I got some other endeavors I gotta venture out to. I kind of figured if I didn't cause any problems and I was just all cooperative, that it would go fairly quickly. All right, Blue Unicorn, thanks for stopping by. Good seeing you. Yeah, hopefully I can get out of here before, next couple of minutes, to be honest. I mean, got a little time still, but now we're just getting ridiculous. Oh, don't worry, pissed off taxpayer. They will pay me for my time. As I said, I'm going to get my $53.80 back with interest. This was not a wise hill to die on at all. Joe Cool, how you been, man? Working up a bit of an appetite here now, too, man. Could go for a cup of coffee, maybe a donut. Oh. I'm in LaPorte, Indiana there, Joe Cool. I'm at the LaPorte County Prosecutor's Office. Pushing about an hour here, trying to get some documents. This is my second time back. They got me jumping through all these hoops, wasting time. Blah 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 blah. Anyway,
They're working on it.
got a estimated time?
And they did not say.
I mean, I do got some other stuff to do, so
Yes, I'm sorry.
I need to leave soon.
So Raphael, I was pulling your driving record and you are valid, so we can go ahead and dismiss. However, I saw that on it, you will be suspended for failure to file your SR 22, but it's not gonna be effective until the end of this month, the 17th. So that's about a week and a half. I don't need you recording this. This is confidential information.
I don't need to be here for an hour and a half.
You should have made an appointment.
They should have sent me a...
Walk away from the window so I can do my job. I'm on the phone.
Have them call you back.
So, did you understand what I said? It's for something.
Bet you they speed it up now. Looks like things are about to get interesting. I don't need you here. I don't want to be here. I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. They already made the first set of copies. Now they're making copies of the copies. Just give me the ones that you already copied, take the money, and I'll get the fuck up out of here. But now I'm growing impatient. So yeah. Oh, I'm sure the cops will be here soon. I'm surprised they aren't already.
Right. So you see where the suspension rate is by number 34? I don't know what it shows on your phone. Okay, so you see the number there, I would call them, just to be sure that you clear it up with them. Okay, for the ticket, and for the, okay, so what the DMV is telling you though, because sometimes they punish you after the fact for not having had insurance. So sometimes what they call an SR22, they make you give insurance like for so many months in advance. Okay, so do you have the receipt for that? Okay. So I would call Marshall County and see if you could figure it out with them as to why that's still appearing, because it says, like I said, it's an effective date under pending suspension 1721. So it looks like you will be suspended for another 4 or 5 months through next January. So, and it just says mail date, and the mail date is actually today, so they're probably just sending you notification of that today, so you probably won't even get it for another week. So I will do what I can here, if you sort that out, okay? You don't wanna keep driving and then not be okay. You did what? Okay. Okay, but just keep going. So that's a suspension. If you keep going, go to pending. Number 35, you got it. Yeah, there you go. That's the one that drew my eye, because it does say you're valid, which is fine, which is good enough for as far as we're concerned for these cases. It's just that it's gonna affect you, in the Maritime. So, I will file for dismissal on both of these. So you don't have to worry about coming in, but just get that sorted out so you don't have, okay? It looks like it's from Marshall County. That's the only one I can make sense of. Because that's number 34 in the suspension, failure to pay Marshall. And then seeing as that's the last thing that's happened this year, that's what I'm thinking. We just made a decision to do that. Because everything else, I think everything else, oh, here's Marion County. I thought maybe everything else was support, but no, it's support, Newton, yeah, those are old though. That should definitely not be the case. Those are years ago. So I think what's that? Right. I think it had to have been because for it to be effective, not even in like having happened yet. So when you got pulled over for these offenses, why were you suspended then?
I'm gonna go ahead and go. You can go ahead and tell them, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and leave. Tell them they can go ahead and just see me in court about it, I guess. Have a good day. That's how you deal with shit. I ain't got no time to be sitting around fucking treated like no sucker, so they wanna fucking play stupid shit. We gonna box this shit up in a court. Watch that. That's a denial right there. Fucking idiots. Anyway, I'll holler at y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and I got somewhere else I gotta be, so I'm gonna wrap this video. Most stumbling blocks were, so yeah, like I said, I'm gonna shut this off. I guess I'm just gonna file for a denial because ain't no sense I'm just sitting around here waiting for them to make up new shit that I gotta do to get these records. They're making copies of copies like a bunch of idiots. So anyway, thanks for watching. I gotta run. That's the end of this video. Stay safe out there. See you next time.